Marrakech, the Red City. This is the craziest thing ever.
She looks ready. You look ready. Wow.
And breathe.
Welcome to Marrakech. We're on the balloon.
Good morning, guys, from Marrakech, the Red City here in Morocco. We are currently on a 17-day road trip with G Adventures, and what better way to start off in Marrakech than a sunrise hot air balloon ride over the outskirts of the city.
Good morning.
Yes, we were before I wake up.
A very early start and an 8-hour drive from Fez, but this is amazing. I didn't think I'd be doing a hot air balloon for a second time in the same year.
Sunrise.
That is unreal. You can see the whole sun just coming up. I'm not sure if it's the glare from the fire or the glare from the sun.
A tan.
I'm burning.
Sunrise in the distance is incredible. You would not think that you're only 20 minutes from one of the most chaotic cities in Africa. I'm slightly starting to regret having stuff in my hair though. I'm very close to that fire. Just a 3,000 feet up in a balloon.
It's definitely high. Higher than I was expecting, and the highest we've ever been.
We didn't go this high in Cappadocia, no way.
No, I mean you look down and everything's just tiny.
Three, two, one.
Hey.
We made it. And now, breakfast. I'm so hungry.
Me too. I think being up in the air makes you 10 times hungrier.
After a 4 AM wake up, this is going to save me. And we had the best landing.
We did.
The best landing in Cappadocia. It was like boom, 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 and then tipped here.
So smooth, like you couldn't even feel it.
Literally as flat as it gets. And we have got some Moroccan pancakes, some bread, some cheese, some olives.
A typical Moroccan breakfast.
A typical Moroccan breakfast in a typical Moroccan breakfast house setting in the middle of, I don't even know what you'd call this, half desert, half
mountains,
rocky mountain. Yeah, it's absolutely crazy. But the cool thing about the tour that we're on with G Adventures is obviously you get so much free time, but you also get the options to opt in for certain activities and extra cost. And when we saw the hot air balloon, I was like, we are 100% doing that. And it was so worth it.
Get the flight certificate. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you so much.
It's our second certificate.
Yeah.
So do we get? Are we basically a pilot now?
Yeah. Do we count as a pilot now?
1 feet above the ground, Molly.
Oh, it looks amazing. Yes. That's my name in Arabic.
Yeah.
That's gorgeous, isn't it? We are now 2-time balloon flyer certificate holders. Feels like a very proud achievement.
Shukran, thank you.
We have been dropped off at the main square here in Marrakesh, which is Jemaa el-Fnaa. It's been here since the 11th century, and let me tell you, it is crazy. It's a sensory overload. There's all sorts of music, there's dancing, people want you to do everything, there's snake charmers, and it is a little bit intense.
When I think of Marrakesh, I think of this place. The sights, the sounds, the smells. They're not always the nicest, but it is absolutely crazy. I think of the rooftops looking down on the mayhem, and at night, this place gets even madder. We need to come back here later.
This is the not sure if I like it or not.
And breathe. We are free from the mayhem. We've actually come up onto the rooftop of the Café de France, which actually dates back over 100 years. It's a really famous institution here on the main square with amazing views of the square, the Kutobia Mosque, and it's just crazy. This is the best way to watch the mayhem unfold. There are the snake charmers, there are some hustlers down there. The snake charming does go back, it's a tradition that does go back thousands of years, but it's definitely inhumane, so don't give them the money, don't support what they're doing. Walk round, enjoy the craziness, and then come up and watch the mayhem unfold.
Shukran, thank you. Cheers.
That is cheers in Arabic, we think, but obviously Marrakesh and Morocco has a huge French influence, hence the Café de France, but we're having a Moroccan tea. This is a mint tea, and I've never been keen on the fact there's like literally just a whole plant of mint in there, but
yeah, I nearly choked on the plant.
It's refreshing, surprisingly nice in this heat, but I can just hear the noise of the square, and I'm just very glad that we are sat up here watching it rather than being down there involved in it. We're back into some sort of craziness, just wandering around the Medina. We are actually trying to avoid all of the souks. Hello! Trying to avoid all these souks because they are a little bit persistent, very, very touristy, and it's not really something that we would like to do. So we're just going to walk around the old towns, into the pink clay walls. It's very, very beautiful.
Best thing to do in the Medina is definitely get lost. The souks seem a little bit over touristy, so it's nice to just try and find the more local parts of the Medina, and unlike in Fez, there are actually vehicles inside the Medina, so make sure you watch out for them. But it's actually known, Marrakesh is known as the red city.
No, it's definitely pink. I think it's pink.
I think it's more of a pink.
We have been very kindly let into our new friend Aziz, his lovely shop here. There's just so much going on, and this part of the Medina is super local. It's a lot quieter.
You're going to get actual traditional clothing.
Yeah, actual traditional.
And the other side, yeah.
Okay.
He wants us to see everything.
Wow.
Have you time to share one tea with me?
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, it's so lovely.
Hello. I am Aziz, I'm from Ouarzazate. It's the door of Sahara. I'm coming here in Marrakesh to help family to see some jewelry, some which you see here.
Shukran.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Cheers.
Beseha.
Beseha.
Besaha.
Aziz has very kindly invited us in for tea, as is practice in Morocco. This isn't mint tea, it's like a herbal tea. It's really, really nice, and he's
from
actually
the
from the Sahara, which is amazing, and he has so much going on in his shop.
I feel like I need to get something for the Sahara.
Yeah, we need to find something.
We're actually going to the Sahara next week.
Yeah.
So maybe we need like something for our face, like a towel to
scarf or
protect us from the sun.
yeah. We're now having a look at all of the unbelievable handmade jewellery here. This one's made with ebony wood, I believe. They're just all so intricate.
There's so many meanings behind it.
Yeah, everything's
I feel like the Sahara
very
has
meaningful.
Like a new level of meaning.
Yeah, things that we haven't even touched on yet. Slight change of plan. Looks like we need a scarf for the Sahara.
She looks ready. You look ready. Wow.
Look. Do you think?
Mrs. Sahara.
I know, I like it.
No, she is from Sahara.
Shukran.
Shukran.
Thank you, Aziz.
So much.
Shukran.
All the best.
Thank you.
Take care.
Aziz was so nice. He actually swaps with his 4 brothers every 3 months, taking it turns in shifts to go back to the Sahara and then shifts back in the shop, and they bring all these goods with them. We ended up getting 2 traditional handmade silk scarves for when we do head to the Sahara, and I got 1 handmade silver ring that resembles camel's feet for only 200 dirhams. That's what you got to do. Get away from the touristy souks and then find a guy on a little side street like Aziz, who gives you the best deals, and it really is the best experience. But we're now on a hunt for one of Marrakech's one of hundreds of riads for some lunch. I'm starving.
I think we have found what we were looking for. This is Riad Moncau, and it is absolutely insane, stunning, beautiful. The decor, the stained glass, the plants, everything about it is unreal.
You can't come to Marrakech and not go to a riad, an old restored palace, and we've come up to the rooftop of this beautiful riad courtyard to La Pergola, which is actually a jazz bar that does an amazing draft Casablanca and a tagine on the way.
Thank you. Woo! This is actually the first time they've left the lid on us for the big reveal. This is the tagine. It's the clay pot that it's cooked in. I've probably repeated myself about 100 times.
We keep getting sprayed.
Yeah, I know, we're getting sprayed by some sort of water vapour. It looks good, it's saucy, we've got bread to dip in. Probably not the best thing to be eating. So good.
Jazz music and a tagine. Can you get a stranger combination? But a combination that definitely works if you want a cool bar, rooftop bar with amazing food and jazz music, which we don't like, but it kind of worked. Head to La Pergola. As you can tell, we have gone and quickly got changed, as obviously Marrakech is the capital of fanciness, of the high-end touches of Africa, and we're actually heading to a hotel that has been ranked the best in all of Africa. So we are heading out of the labyrinth that is the Medina of over 200,000 people to the fanciest hotel in Africa. I hope they have cheap drinks.
Let's do this. Fanciest hotel in Africa. We have made it to La Mamounia, and as we had expected, they have actually taken our camera off of us, so we're filming on the phone, but it is beautiful. Look at the garden.
It sort of makes sense.
It does.
The likes of Churchill, Roosevelt
this place is
have
fancy.
stayed here, so Matt and Molly are a little bit like, can you leave with your camera please?
This is so fancy.
Shukran.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Seha, perhaps the most expensive beer you are going to find in all of Africa. This actually comes to over 10 English pounds, which is a lot, but I think it is definitely worth it. La Mamounia, rated by a lot as the best hotel in all of Africa. It's almost 100 years old, and you get that amazing art deco feel. You've got the beautiful gardens that we're going to explore afterwards, and Churchill actually came here and he loved it here. He loved it here so much that he's painted a lot of paintings that actually hang today still in the UK, and he basically forced Roosevelt to come here because he loved it so much. People even brought their own chairs, their things from home to stay here for the summer because they loved it, to chill out in the gardens. But I prefer the cheapest drink on the menu. The most expensive beer we have ever drunk.
Definitely was, but I would say it was worth it. Like, for example, you could go to the Yves Saint Laurent Gardens here, which is called the Jardins Margelle, something like that, and it's like 70 dirham per person. But here we've paid very similar, so like 110 dirham per person, but we've got their gardens and we got to sit in.
Yeah, I didn't even know they had beautiful gardens like this. It's a bit of a hidden gem.
Yeah, it is. Didn't even know you could walk around. There's also the Churchill bar that opens at 6 p.m, and of course inside there's like all sorts of fanciness. You've got Dior, you've got Hermes, the shops inside.
What are you buying me?
Nothing. It's a little bit too fancy for me. Welcome back to the craziness. As soon as the sun goes down, this just becomes organised chaos.
From the tranquil gardens of La Mamounia to the organised chaos, I think is the best word that Molly said to describe the main square here in Marrakech. As soon as the sun starts to set, everyone comes out. It is absolute insanity. There's storytellers, there's actors, there's street food, there's snakes, there's pretty much everything I don't know if you could ever wish for, but there's pretty much anything you can think of on this square. And actually them 2 beers at La Mamounia came to the same price as our lunch in La Pergola, so it shows you how expensive the 2 beers were. Everyone's shouting at me, everyone's screaming. We have one more day left in Marrakech tomorrow where we're going to try some street food. I'm very, very excited. We'll see you in the next one.